Hey guys, so I kind of wanted to come on here and do a video about the brands that I don't want to buy from ever or support anymore. I have done a video like this previously, but there has since been some updates, I guess, so yeah. Okay, so the first one is Luna Beauty, which is owned by Manny MUA. Since the recent madness that has gone on with all of the really big beauty YouTubers, I kind of feel like Manny and his whole situation with his brand, I just don't want any part of it, to be fair. I mean, his first launch was the Life's a Drag palette. I don't think he's brought out anything since, but even with that palette, like, that launch was a complete and utter mess as it was. People were trying to purchase the item, and then I think it was like a few weeks after, or probably like a couple of months after, everybody got their money refunded back to them because his PayPal wasn't a business PayPal, it was like a personal PayPal. So that was like a big situation. He's not 100% sure of how to run it, and I understand, you know, running something, just learning as you go along, but at the same time, even though there was like that may have gone in the consumer's favor, there's always a chance that something might happen which will go against the consumer. So I also want to kind of stay away from that potential show. But yeah, but the main issue to me is just not being able to remove the person from the brand. I see Manny as his cosmetics brand, so considering that I'm not cool with his actions, I'm not gonna then go and line his pockets, so that makes absolutely no sense. So I'm just not here for Luna Beauty. And that goes for Laura Lee Los Angeles as well. I was actually interested in the, was it the Boss something palette? Like, she had two little palettes, one which was a little bit more neutral, and then she had one which was really colorful, and I was interested in potentially getting those. But since all of that madness, I have to say I'm not down for Laura Lee at all, and I'm definitely not going to be lining her pockets with my money at all. I was more interested in her brands than I was Manny's brand, and she's done worse than Manny. I'm definitely not here for her and her brand at all. But the thing is, her stuff was a lot more appealing, and she had a few bits. I think she had the Cat's Pajamas palette. I wasn't really interested in that. Then she had the Nudie Patootie palette. I was interested in that, but the colors weren't, like, the depiction of the colors was a little bit like, well, what is it? Is it this picture or is it that picture? One picture made it look one way, and then other pictures made it look a different way. It's kind of like, well, what are you getting? I'm like, we don't know what to expect. So I kind of decided to sit that one out. She brought out some liquid lipsticks. Those were cute, but those weren't what I was really looking for. And then she brought out those two mini palettes, and it's just such a shame. But I'm glad that I didn't invest in those, because then I would have ultimately been lining the pockets of a racist person. No, thank you. Next is Huda Beauty. I hadn't purchased anything directly from her, and I didn't really have any issue with her as such. I mean, there was a lot of talk about her not posting people of color on her Instagram unless it was like jokey kind of videos, like makeup videos going wrong, or just somebody making a fool of themselves kind of thing. And I don't really know if it was calculated or not. I can't really say, because she hadn't really come out and said anything negative about people of color as far as I know. But I guess it was just kind of like, just judge it by the actions. But on top of that, it's kind of like, I don't really have the kind of money that Huda's asking for her products, to be fair. But what really got me is the fact that she brought out her Easy Bake powder, and the whole concept was basically bitten from Beauty Bakery, which is a black-owned brand. Not that I care about who owns the brand, but it was just the fact that she took the concept. They don't own the concept. Like, Beauty Bakery don't own the concept of baked goods. That is their theme, but you can't own a theme. if that makes sense. You can't actually own a theme. So somebody else can do the same theme as you, but they'd have to execute it in a different way. But everybody was kind of like, you stole the idea, you stole the idea, you stole the idea. And she never really addressed it. She did, was it Instagram Live or something like that, where she kind of broke down how she got to the concept and mood boards and buying authentic 60s and 50s kitchenware and stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's great, nice, yeah, that's lovely, but address what people are asking. Like, people are saying that you stole this concept, that you stole this idea. Why not just say, no, I didn't steal the idea, I didn't have anything to do with that, you know, we just thought, you know, easy baked goods, so let's just do this kind of thing. Yes, they do, like, their whole business is baked goods, but at the same time, it's like other people do use similar concepts to one another. It doesn't mean that they are stealing. Like, say something. And I never heard her really come out and say anything direct about it. I believe someone tried to say that she said she didn't know anything about Beauty Bakery, and I understand that they're a lot smaller, but I doubt highly that you didn't know that they existed. I highly doubt that. I mean, you would have somebody in your marketing team looking at who your competitors are. You'd have people doing research all the time, because she has a team behind her. Let's get that straight. So I just didn't respect the fact that she never really came and directly dealt with it, and it just kind of made me feel a way about it. Like, you're a little bit on the shady side. Like, you may not have stolen the idea or the concept, but if you didn't just say it, and I just kind of feel like, because you're not saying it, it makes me feel like maybe you did steal it and you just don't want to say it. So I just kind of feel like, you know, I just want to stay away from her, because there's a lot of stuff floating around about her which is not good. And when I check for it myself, it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of true. So seeing as I'm getting those kind of vibes, it's best that I just don't spend my money with her. And lastly is Morphe. Morphe. Listen, I bought one palette from Morphe, which was the 15N palette, and I wasn't very taken aback or impressed by it, to be fair. I just felt like it was any kind of palette that you can get from any kind of brand, and especially as they're so hyped and people say they're so good, they're so good. So when I got this palette, I was just kind of like, this is it, this is the infamous Morphe, and it was just kind of disappointing. And then on top of that, the whole situation with the Jaclyn Hill vault, it just, as of this recording, the length that it's gone to is that they told Jaclyn to tell everybody that the old palettes were destroyed, and then she's come on and she said, actually they weren't destroyed, they were quarantined. And I just kind of feel like, what are they going to turn around and say next? Oh no, they weren't quarantined, we took those shadows, we remixed them, and then we repressed them again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting to hear the next part of it. Like, there could potentially be the next bit that, I'm not saying that they dug out all of the shadows and repressed them, that's not what I'm saying, but I just kind of feel like they're going to come back and say something else next, and that just doesn't sit right with me. I just kind of feel like I can't trust them as a brand, and we should be able to trust brands just to be transparent, and it's kind of like you should be transparent from the beginning. And they are the main people that I kind of feel like right now, that I kind of feel like, nah, I can't trust what you're saying, because you're just not, you're showing that you're not trustworthy. You're showing that you're money grabbers. That's how I see it, because not long after they came out with the Jaclyn Hill Vault palette collection, people were up in arms, like the quality is the exact same. And then not long after, they released this whole brush collection with Jaclyn Hill, and it's like, you lot really just did not time that very well. Sorry, you just didn't time it very well. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so those 4 brands I'm steering well clear of for now. I just don't want to give my money to people that I just don't trust, I just kind of feel funny about, or have just shown that they're just not good people. I prefer to give my money to brands that have come across like they are honest and that they're straight down the line. I feel like my money is going to better people. Doesn't mean that there's a guarantee that they're better people, it's just that their front is a lot better if that makes sense. Anyway, Let me know if you agree or if you disagree, or if there's any brands that you prefer to stay away from, or maybe there are the brands that I've mentioned you do want to buy from, and like, let me know why you have decided to keep supporting them. Let's have a discussion down below. Like, there's no right or wrong answer. You support who you want to support, I support who I want to support, but I just love to know you guys' thoughts and feelings on certain things. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.